How are you doing today? We're going to do something a little bit different, okay? You know that I normally don't ever push too many different swing trainers. I'm given a lot of swing trainers by a lot of different companies, and a lot of them have great value for a specific person, but not for everybody. But I think I found something a little different today that really reaches all the different golf swings out there and is able to help them in a couple key specific areas, okay? It's the GForce Swing Trainer. This is their 7-iron. They've got wedges, they've got putters, and they're basically known because it's got a very flexible shaft. What I really like about this one, because there's other brands out there that do something similar, this one is not too whippy and it's not too flexible to where it actually still feels more like a normal golf club. But it's giving you some different benefits that can really help your golf swing out. So let's go ahead and show you some of those things. But before we get started, as always, I have an email list that there are many thousands of golfers subscribed to that get free content and great information every week. If you'd like to be a part of that, feel free to sign up down below, put your email in, and you'll start getting free content from me every week. So some of the specific drills, right, as we get into this GForce Swing Trainer, is just waggling the club and feeling the flex in the shaft or the load and the unload. That's a fantastic way to start. But what you'll notice as I start to take this golf club back, you'll see if I post these swings in slow motion, you'll notice how the club bends as I take it back, okay? When people start the club back in correctly, club head first, picking it up, rolling it inside, you don't get that same loading of the shaft on the takeaway. So it very much helps this just uniform one-piece move to the top, okay? Now from this down the line view, the next thing that the GForce really helps out is shallowing the golf club. Because with the flexible shaft, you can see how much easier it is to feel the shaft actually shallowing and laying down and bending the opposite way as I change direction. So I feel the shaft go from this load, right, from this face-on view, loaded this way, to bending back in transition. And it's a very powerful feeling. In fact, when I want to step on one a little harder, I focus on that sensation right there. I don't focus on trying to move the club head faster. I magnify and I emphasize that feeling in transition. And you can see that nicely lays the shaft down. That gets my right elbow in a very powerful position. Now, once I have the shaft stressed and loaded, I'm bringing that load and I'm trying to time the release or the unloading of the shaft. That all happens as you start to practice with this GForce Swing Trainer. Okay, you start to feel the drag, you start to feel the shallow, and then you start to feel kind of some of that letting go at the bottom. And that's where we get a rhythmic swing that's more effortless with less power and the club starting to do some of the work for you, okay? But more so than that, when I've actually been hitting my ball the straightest, say I'm hitting at a 150-yard target, I'm hitting an 8-iron, and I'm just hitting it every time. I promise you, if I'm doing that, I'm not thinking about a position to try to create that, to make the ball go there. I'm thinking about the rhythm and the flow and the feel of my swing. And that's what they mean when they say rhythm is the glue that holds your swing together. As a competitive golfer, when I've played my best, when I've won in playoffs or finished a tournament off and come in first place, it's typically been a thought that's more about rhythm and timing, grip pressure, not getting too tight, not getting out of sync. It hasn't been a static position thought that's actually helped me play my best. Now, don't get me wrong. We need to work on positions, but when it actually comes down to executing shots on the golf course, you want to think more about rhythm and flow and these types of things. They work way better under pressure than position-oriented thoughts. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just finish off with hitting one for you. So I feel the flex in the shaft as I get set, drag it, shallow it, and then on through to my finish. So that's a nice shot. That ball still went a long ways. It went over 170 yards. Not that that was my goal, but I could feel the shaft still load and unload correctly. Okay, so I definitely would recommend this. Like I said, I'm a little hesitant sometimes. I don't want to force things on you, but I would recommend this. There is a code down below too where you will receive a 10% discount. It's something that you're interested in. I'm also going to do some videos here in the future. They've got a putter and a sand wedge that I love giving chipping lessons with. It really helps getting that flow in the short game. They've even got a driver shaft that you can put in drivers, okay? That really feels good. It doesn't feel wobbly and heavy and the ball goes way right like some of the other products that I've tried tend to do. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. Look into it. Maybe look into getting something like this if you feel like you need some help with your rhythm and you need to leave the positions alone for a little bit. This really helps to get that solidified in your mind of what good rhythm and good tempo is. Till next time, I'll see you later.